Siddhartha Buddha was born about 583 years BC in or near what is now Nepal. His father, King Suddhodana, was leader of a larger clan called the Shakya. His mother, Queen Maya, died shortly after his birth. When Prince Siddhartha was a few days old, a holy man prophesied the king would either be a great military conqueror or a great spiritual teacher. King Suddhodana preferred the first outcome and prepared his son accordingly. The world around us is changing. Can you see it? Can you experience it? Can you feel it? Prince Siddhartha of Kapilavastu in Nepal, he did not know about change. And to give us more details about this story, we have Shakuntala Howaldar on this show to shed some light on the topic. Shakuntala Howaldar, welcome to the show.
Thank you, dear.
So please tell us, how is it possible that Siddhartha did not know about change?
Well, it all depends on the perception. If I keep you veiled, and if I don't show you, Roshan, aspects of change, you may live like a frog in the well and think that there is no change. So when you look at the young Siddhartha growing, he had his father who was very concerned, because when Siddhartha was born, the astrologers predicted that either he would be a great Kshatriya king, or he's going to be a sannyasin, or a sadhu, or a wandering ascetic. And the father was aghast. He says, my son and a beggar to go around the kingdom, it's not possible.
So why did his father, who was a king, who had the power to do everything he wanted, why did he want to protect his son?
Because it was clear that the king did not want a beggarly ascetic. He wanted a prince who could wield the sword, use the horses, be a Kshatriya prince who was able to win battles. So this is a very important question here. He puts a veil on all things when the young prince is growing. He doesn't show him death. See, Kikenfinmo, if somebody died, he would hush it up. He would not let the prince know about death, about old age, about anything that is changing, even the garden.
So you would say that the king, his father, hid the truth from his son?
100%, 100%.
So even as Siddhartha did not know about the philosophy of la pluie soleil, rain sun?
No, he did not know the philosophy of duality, that we live with la pluie, soleil, with death, life. He always felt, no, things are looking beautiful. These women will never grow old.
So he had always seen a picture in front of him of a perfect world?
Of a perfect world and an illusion. You see, the perfect world is an illusion.
Of course.
And Buddha lived in that illusion of a perfect world. He had girlfriends, and the king always made sure he had young girlfriends all the time as he was growing. So he never saw wrinkles, he never saw aging, he never saw death, he did not see disease. So when he saw all these things,
he didn't even see yellow leaves on plants.
He never even saw yellow leaves on plants and trees. The father would make sure that all the yellow leaves are put aside. Well,
so the father went to that extent, trying to show a perfect world to his son, but to go from showing everything is clean, no beggars, no wrinkles, no aging, not even a dead leaf, not even a yellow leaf. So he went to that extent to show, why would he do that?
I think, most politicians, and the father was a politician, he wants control. He has authority, he has power.
He can do what he wants.
He can do what he wants, but actually he can't control life. Lavi, that's another business, and Ludzafesa. So the king thought, voila, I'm the king, I have the power, I have the authority. I will make sure that my son does not see death, does not see aging, does not see disease, no negatives. He's only going to see beautiful things. But he lost. He lost the game.
We come to a very interesting point of where he lost the game. So how did that change happen? What was the trigger?
Actually, Channa, the one who drove his chariot,
Yes.
was taking the prince all over the town. And one day the prince said, "Anu no alaba, let's go that way." And he went. And there he saw a dead man. A corpse was going, and people were saying, "Ram, Ram, 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 Satyanam." And he said, "Oh my God, what's happened?" He says, "This is death, oh prince. Everybody has to go." He says, "Channa, even I will go like that?" He said, "Yes, sir, you will also go."
That must have been a shock to him, seeing a corpse for the first time, and it must have hit him that it will probably happen to him also.
Totally.
So how did he react to that?
Actually, I would say that the story goes to show that the prince went into a kind of depression. See, when I paint a beautiful picture, to you and with you, you are expecting beautiful things to happen to you.
He was living in that beautiful picture.
Right. But reality has a wonderful way of coming and breaking your dreams.
Oh my God, definitely.
That happens.
Yes.
When you're going around with a beautiful girl and think, "Oh, she's never going to age." Wrong. And therefore, reality keeps coming every time you have a dream, a false dream, an illusion. So he saw a dead body.
Exactly.
He saw an aging body. And he saw that.
He must have had a lot of questions asking.
He asked the charioteer, "Am I going to be as old as that old man? Bad back, I can't even sit down and stand." He said, "Yes, sir, you will also grow old."
So from his perfect world and now seeing all this, what change did the death and seeing people age, what did that trigger in his mind?
What a beautiful question, Roshan. The beautiful question takes me to the answer. Immediately, Prince Siddhartha asked, "What is la vérité? Quote la vérité, papa? I'm confused, I'm confounded. Where is the truth?"
Because he thought the truth was something else.
Now he comes to know something else. So he comes to know that in the world we are living, there is no one truth. There are many, 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 many truths, partial truths. We live with one truth. I will get up in the morning and I have to go to MBC. This is one truth, but maybe I won't get up. That is also another truth. So we live with all kinds of la vérité.
There's no guarantees.
There is no guarantee. And the uncertainty principle is there all the time. Everything is uncertain.
So this has brought him into a
kind
cycle
of
of depression.
I would say that he was traumatized. He asked the charioteer 10 times, "Ça veut dire tout fini là? Everything is over." Then Channa looked at
But
him.
why?
But why? The question why. And you know what he does? He doesn't waste time. He is not like you and me, Roshan.
What does he do?
He doesn't sit down once again and say, "Okay, si pena MBC mal MCA. Mo fini avec MCA mal dan lut golmal." He didn't say that. He said, "No, I'm not going to waste my time. I am going to find the truth about what is there in this world of suffering, pain, aging, death. I want to know the truth."
That's what was triggered on seeing all these images.
Yes, he wanted to get out of his existential anguish.
And that was the beginning of who he was about to become.
Right. Because you see, I think Siddhartha, the prince, is also like all of us. We all like beautiful things, running after 150 things. But once we become deeper and we start questioning ourselves, what is the truth? Where am I going? What is the meaning of all this tamasha? What all this merry-go-round? Then you say, wait. I want to know the truth. But this is a great moment.
C'est la vérité.
It is a great moment in the life of anybody. And in the life of Siddhartha, this moment came.
And there was a series of, I would say, incidents that happened and which has contributed to his awakening.
I would say so.
And there is a very beautiful story. And one of them is the story with his cousin who had shot a bird. And from what I read, he saved the bird. and no one knew about it. So please tell me more about that story. Why did he save the bird? And also, my second part of the question, what did it change in his life? Why did he do it?
What a lovely question again, Roshan. First of all, the story about the bird shows you the type of human being the Buddha was.
So he already knew from his childhood that righteousness and justice was the correct path to follow.
Well, you can see that most people are born with certain tendencies. There are people who are born with tendencies to go to the right, others to the left. So basically, Buddha was a very pure and a beautiful soul. He started life as a beautiful soul. If you are a very ugly soul at birth, I don't see you becoming transformed overnight.
So do you think that the fact that he had a perfect life in the very beginning has probably helped him being a beautiful soul?
I would say all these things contribute in a way to get you to meet the truth. Because everybody has a truth there waiting, and you don't know when you're going to meet this truth. And this truth can change your life.
So that's how probably he always had the tendency to go towards the righteousness and justice.
But the story is important. When Siddhartha, the prince, sees this bird, he knows Devadatta, his cousin, has shot the bird. The bird is about to die. Siddhartha goes and saves this bird, and the people who watch this whole drama have to decide the bird belongs to whom? The one who shot the bird or the one who saved the bird?
Those are the questions that Siddhartha asked.
And actually the judges were also asked that.
Who did he ask the question?
The judges, the people who were around the king.
Okay.
And when they asked the judges this question, who has done the right thing? All the judges say, of course, Siddhartha, you gave life to the bird, so the bird is yours. It cannot belong to somebody who wanted to kill it.
But did he ask questions about why did the cousin kill it? And
well, you can see that...
Because that's the duality of two sides of the coin, right?
Correct. But you will see that Siddhartha was very happy that he found some degree of justice, even among the human beings he lived with.
And giving a second life to the bird.
And a second life to the bird. So that made him very happy. But he realized also that he doesn't belong to the group of killing, hurting, being violent. He found that very loathsome to his nature. While you see the cousin is just the opposite, who loved hurting, who loved killing, who loved to be negative, and Siddhartha moved in a different direction from that of his cousin.
And what that story changed in his life?
I would say all these stories only go to point out the type of character you have. You know, you can have a character which is negative.
So, alors, in the beginning, on doit déjà avoir une prédisposition.
Certainement, certainement, certainement.
Right.
You must have tendencies, vasanas, which push you right and left. You can't expect somebody who's extremely pure to go on a wild goose chase and become the opposite. So normally these tendencies are seen in children. You've seen children who are very imaginative, who believe like Alice in Wonderland. Other children are very greedy, want to be first in everything and bully everybody else. So you see these tendencies are there, these characteristics are there.
Shakuntala Howaldar, thank you very much. We have come to the end of this show. Please tune in again next time for another show.